So here we are, cracking on, and it's lashing it down with rain. Nothing stops us. We love it. Check that out. Sky's full of it today. Ain't gonna stop us though. Right, today it's me and Rick. We're gonna strip this section of the roof. And as you can see, all the slates on here, it's exactly the same as it is everywhere. Probably the best day we've had for about 2 weeks now, so we're going to make the most of it. Still a little chance of rain, so when we strip the roof, I'm going to cover it as we're coming down. Just going to put a loose layer of felt, just in case we get one of them heavy showers. We don't want any water getting in. One of the things I like to do when I strip a slate roof is a neat little trick, is I like to put myself a scaffold board in the gutter, and then we get a bit of lath. We're going to nail it there, holds it there, and then we're going to stick a nail through the bottom bit. Now the reason I'm doing this is when I strip the slates from the top, I'm going to let them slide down the roof, and this is going to stop it from going in. So we've got a fixing now at the top and at the bottom. She ain't going nowhere. And we've got another board here, and Rick's going to do the same again for me. So once we've done that, then we're going to be putting on some TLX gold, and I'm going to do a little video talking about how we do that. Let's set a time lapse up. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we do some TLX gold. So when we're doing TLX gold, it's really important that you get yourself some sharp scissors. Now these are the ones that I use. Now when I bought them, the geezer said to me they were the samurai of the scissor world, and they weren't lying. So let's roll this out and show you what we got. So Ricky's got hold of this end for me up here, and all we're going to do is just going to roll it out. First off, I want to see what length we need first. Going to fold it back like this. Get yourself nice and comfortable on the roof, and just to make it a bit more annoying, we've got a scaffold board in our way. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll it just underneath like that, put a little fold on it, put a little cut on it first so I know where to cut it, and you get your sharp scissors. So I go to this end, Ricky's going to the far end. So when Ricky's going to do it, he's going to make sure he's got enough going up the velux. Okay, so now once we've got it nice like this, we want to make sure we've got enough into the gutter. So as you can see here, we haven't got enough. So let's pull it down a little bit until she's in the gutter. Then Ricky does the same his end, and he's got the same. So I need to be looking at his, I need to come down a little bit more. So you want to go like that. Makes your life a little bit easier when you're putting the lath on. And then,
got enough up there, yeah?
Yeah man, that's good. You happy?
Yeah.
I'm happy. Let's nail her in. So you're going to put a nail at the top, and we're going to do that all the way across. Find out where the rafter is, because we don't want to go through the roof. Go on there. Find out where our rafter is. We don't want to go through the roof. Little twirl of the hammer. Now once we've done that, we want to get a fixing down the bottom. Now on this job, as you know, we're going to have an eaves vent and an eaves tray on. So we're not doing that right this second because of the weather. We haven't got time to mess about, so we just want to get this roof watertight today. So we're going to nail it, but we're not going to nail it right at the bottom because we've got to lift her up. And if you nail it at the bottom, you can't get it. So what we're going to do is put a nail just below the TLX gold mark. So first thing you want to do, because of the TLX gold, it's a little bit thicker than your normal felt. So it's a bit harder to find your rafter. So what I like to do is have a little tap, see? Nothing there. That's where the rafter is. So we're going to do it again. Little tap. And then we're good. So we move along, find it. Same again. That way you get it every time. Now we're on this verge. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get my lath, just going to put it on the edge here, like so. So now, get your pencil, I'm just going to go all the way up, just give myself a straight line. All the way down. Get my sharp scissors, and we can cut this baby nice and straight. So now we've got our straight line coming down. So what we got to do is we're going to have some undercloak going up there. So this is a little bit thick, obviously, so we don't want to do that. So what you want to do is you want to peel it back a little bit here, just a little bit. Same at the top, peel it back a little bit here. Then we're going to fold this bit of insulation into here, into the cavity. Cut a little bit off there because it won't go down. Samurai scissors and all that. We tuck this in here, like so, and then we bring the felt over the top like that, and it doesn't kick up. And that's how you do that. Going to repeat the same process against the Velux now, and then that's done. So we've got the first layer on. So what we're going to do is now I'm going to set up a time lapse for you, and then you're going to see the rest of it all getting put up. Right, so it's Monday. Finally, the sun is shining. It's taken a few weeks. Anyway, so this week, plan is to get this back all slated in. We've already made a start on the Velux. You'll see that on the time lapse. So basically me and Rick are going to concentrate on getting this done. As I'm slating it in, I'm going to give you a few little tips along the way, show you how we slate it in, because it ain't just straightforward. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we cut a slate into a valley. So the first thing we've got to do is mark our line onto the lead. So it's going to go like that and keep it the similar gap as we've got there. Mark our line up. I'm going to take it all the way now because we're near the top, pretty straight. So we do that first. Then we get a pre-cut slate, as you can see. We don't want to use a full slate just now because if you look, it won't go all the way down. So I can't get an accurate measurement or an accurate mark where I need to cut the slate. So what I do is I get a slate with a pre-cut on it, which sits down perfect. So we have to check slate is on halfway on the lath, get ourselves another bit of band, a straight bit if you can. So first thing we do, you put the bottom at the slate there, and on your mark at the top there, hit your nail, strike a line. So now I'm going to give this marked slate to Rick and see how straight he cuts it for me. Okay, so what we've got here is called a slate cutter. Instead of using these, we get to use this. Show us what you got, Rick. So you see, he puts it down on the mark first, and he's got that line halfway in between. Bosh. Now, let's see how good the cut is. Now's the moment of truth. Let's see how Ricky's done. You move it down into position. And what can I say? Ricky's done it good again. So now we know we can get a fixing through there, but you've always got to have two fixings, at least two fixings on a slate. So as you can see, we've got to get a fixing there, and we ain't got any others. So you've always got to make sure you've got two nails in the slate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it here. Now I use these. Put a hole through, get my trusty S-wing. One nail. Two nails. And that's how you cut a slate into the valley. Let's crack on and get the rest of this done. So, slates have arrived, so now we've got to get these bad boys from here all the way up to up there. So one of the things I've noticed opening these pallets of slates is that they're all graded pretty good. So if you look, they're all quite thin, no real thick ones in there. which makes mine and Rick's life a lot easier when we're putting them on the roof. Right, let's get them loaded up. New strategy. Someone's moved and we're even closer. We're parked here now, right next to it, so we don't need the wheelbarrow. Now we've got to get these from here up there. Get them up, Rick. Right, now that we've got all the slates up onto the scaffold, we've got to get them round the back and up onto the roof. Onto the shoulder. Now you can notice, I'm not putting them in a straight line coming down, I'm staggering the slates. The reason why we're staggering the slates is if you look on the roof, we have the slates and they're staggered. So we put them on the roof exactly the same. When we're slating the roof, one of the things we like to do is the tap test. And this is to see if the slates have got a crack in it, because looking at it, it looks like an okay slate. So what we do, you get your hammer and you, now if you listen, then listen to this one, listen to this one again. So you can hear that this one's cracked. It's got that little different noise. See? So we know we can't use that slate. Put that to one side. And then we get a normal slate, little tap, solid. Just like that. So as Rick's telling me to do, snap it. Alrighty then, happy Friday people. Today, all I've got left to do is a little bit of slating at the top. Then we're going to get our ridges on the main roof and on the bit on the front. And then all that's left to do is the pointing of all the lead work and all the verges. It's a bit of a cold one today, so we're going to wait for that sun to come up so we can crack on with it. So I'm going to give you a little bit of advice if you're going to do some ridges yourself. The advice is, don't do it. Get a professional to do it. That way you're not risking your life. Anyway, back to it. Okay, so here we are. Another day, another job finished, another happy customer. Just going to give you a rundown on how this job went. So the first thing we did was we started on the front and we stripped the slates from the top down, saving as many slates as we could in the process because we're going to use them again. So once we stripped all the slates, all the batten and all the felt and got rid of all them fiberglass valleys, we put in all of our TLX gold. So once we got the TLX gold in, we put in a fascia vent and an eaves tray, which is standard these days, and then spaced out our lath at 200 mil. Once we got our lath in, we began putting the lead into the valleys. Now remember, we cut our lead at 1.2, because we don't want to have it too long, because otherwise it doesn't move and it splits, and we don't want that to happen. So then we've got our lead in, we've got our lath in, it's all TLX gold, then it's time to slate. So once we're slating this in, you'll see, start on the parapet first. Now we saved the lead on the parapet, because there's nothing wrong with it, it's good as gold. We just had to put a soaker and put it 3 inches up the wall. Once we got that slated in, we slated across and up the valley. Once we've done all that, we filled it all in. Now, if you remember, we didn't strip the back, we kept it because of all the bad weather we've been having, so we played it safe. So we got the majority of the front done first, then we jumped on the back. Ooh. Okay, so here's the back. Again, the same as the front, started from the top and stripped down. Now on the back, we had a few different things to the front, i.e. the velux. Again, we saved the velux, reused it, nothing wrong with it. Same as the parapet, the lead was fine, we reused it. So as you can see, we run out of slates halfway through on the back. So we've got half of it in old, half of it in new. Now, it's quite a good match, if I don't say so myself. Also, one of the things that we did on this job was re-lead all of the chimneys. Well, both of them anyway. So on this one, you can see we've got the cover there, and we come round the chimney a good 4 inches, and we've welded it around the corner. Now, I didn't dress it round because there's a chance of it splitting, so we've done a weld. Then we've got our soakers going up, and then we've also got our step flashing going up, which I've got to say looks mint with Alex's brickwork. So the last thing that we would do on every roof is the ridges. We use roll top ridges on these ones, and as you can see, they're beautiful and they look really nice. They weren't cheap, but they're good. That's the job. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button and subscribe. So I'm Will the Roofer, you're watching Build a Bayonet. Have a good day, people. Take in that view.